program is brought to you by the Realm of Collectors. Please stand by and take your seats.
Good evening, and welcome to this shit piece theater. If you please kindly take your seats, the show will begin momentarily.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome to another episode of MPSP Shitpiece Theater. I'm your host, Nick Brammer. Tonight, we got a little bit of a different show for y'all. We got maybe more than one guest. So, let's go ahead and start getting through our intros. Josh.
Hey, what's up?
Where you at?
I'm a little bit everywhere. You can find me on Facebook under my regular name. My social media profiles are linked there. It's a public profile, so if you want to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, you can. You can catch me every Friday on the All Queued Up podcast with my friend Greg. It's audio only currently. You can also catch me every other Wednesday on this very channel on a show called Figaban with Ace Milo and JD and Brian Brink. And then every Friday night around 9 p.m. Eastern here with you crazy cats. And that's me.
Rob Milton, please tell the people where you're at.
All up in your business. Oh. Otherwise, on the rock business, every time I get a chance, because, no time lately. And you can find me here every Friday night with the most lovely gentleman, and tonight a lady. Ooh, that's terrifying. When did we find out there were girls? That's the places I'm at. Nick, what about you?
You can find me on Facebook as Nick Brammer. You can find me on Twitter as Brammer_Nick. And on Instagram as Masterpiece_Shitpiece. Josh, I heard a rumor we have other guests.
I noticed, if you guys noticed, maybe Russ the Muss isn't here. He's on assignment. He's actually going to be doing a scientific study from the inside of a bear and its digestive tract this weekend. So let's give him a visit in his final moments live from the campground. Hey, what's up, guys? Oh my God!
Welcome to Masterpiece Camping with Russ the Muss. How are you, everybody? It's a glorious time for us to have out here tonight.
Look, it's him on assignment from the bear's ass.
I have examined the bear's anus, and I will tell you, it is very brown. Okay?
How bad did it smell on the way out?
It was really rough. I had to hold my nose. It was, how do you say? I had to vomit, okay? but that's okay. I couldn't open my mouth because I didn't know the bad shit in my lips, okay?
Well, apparently they don't just eat twigs and berries. Now they also eat Russes.
Oh, yes.
I don't know why I agreed to this shit.
For some reason, the bear was, really upset when he shit me out. I don't know why.
Well, we know you're a giant turd, so...
You know!
Rip that
Must
poor
have been
bear
rough.
apart, you fuck.
He said, I think they heard the bear speak. He said, I'm constipated. Fuck her down. Yeah. And say hello to Miss Anna.
What's up?
Hey,
And,
Anna.
and we have the beautiful Miss
Hi, Bethany.
Hi.
What up, fools?
and
What's good?
Mr. Lowry with the bright
And
light.
there's the bear.
There's the-
It's going to be sore in the
I
morning,
told
that
him,
bear.
why do you have peanut butter for lunch?
Somebody's ass is gonna be sore in the morning, but it ain't gonna be the Bears.
You're damn right.
Suddenly, I feel a little uncomfortable. Oh,
Well, your pegs were touching.
indeed. Good try.
Can't
And
go
tonight
peg to
is the
peg.
big
Why go
Rob, okay?
camping?
Oh, gentlemen, you guys.
I thought you were supposed to go pull the hole.
Who says we haven't yet?
And
Valid point.
Oh, Jesus.
It's still young.
Yes, it's still early.
Night is still young, okay?
It's only 9:07.
The
You got a lot
bottle
of
of Jack Daniels isn't downed yet.
We still have flaming the flaming marshmallow toss we have to do yet at other campers. So
You shouldn't call Russ a marshmallow.
But flaming might be accurate.
I love you guys so much. So much shit.
Love
And
you
TF
too,
Tunnel with
Russell.
all your asses. It's gonna be great.
Well, hey, sounds like you
I'm
guys are
gonna
having a
kill
great
Josh
time.
today. It's gonna be beautiful.
yeah, man, we're having a good time. We just wanted to pop in, say what's up to everybody, and hope everybody has a good show.
Hell yeah, man. Well,
Have fun.
And have fun at the camping trips again.
Fun.
Oh
We
yeah, no doubt.
will.
yeah, y'all stay safe and have a blast, and
Kate, please forgive Nick for all the stupidity that's gonna come out of his mouth tonight.
I've been forgiving him for that for years.
as opposed to the stupidity that comes out of Russ's mouth on a daily basis.
I know.
Oh, she's laughing.
I think you apologized for the wrong one, brother.
I think I'm hearing that we're going to get the inside dish on the official Masterpiece Shit Piece household.
I told people to ask questions and nobody did.
Oh, we're saving them for live, man. Then you can't edit the answers. Come on.
Uh-oh.
We're amateurs at this shit.
All right.
Oh, you guys.
Yeah,
have a good
anything
show,
you guys want to know about Nick, you just ask and I will tell.
Oh,
Does he ever actually put pants on?
Rarely. Only when we leave the house.
It's the only way to be.
My house is my castle.
Is it?
Yeah, but
Is it true that he glides, or does he actually walk?
I didn't say that one more time.
oh, Russ asked, does he glide or does he walk?
He kind of shuffles and stomps.
There you go.
That's
He's got
before
these
the
big
beer.
ass. He's got these big ass caveman feet. It's like they're like Fred
Oh,
I know
Flintstone
how
feet.
that is.
Yo, I know that
I
feeling.
know how that
Wait
is.
a minute. How is it though when he gets drunk? The dude is like perfectly level and dead smooth.
It only happens when he's drunk.
He looks like death, just like floating around, just saying what's up to everybody.
Throw a cloak on the bastard, he'd be terrifying.
It requires
That'd be a fat
can't-
Dementor.
a person otherwise.
A fat Dementor. Okay, you one-legged bitch.
That's it. We're gonna throw a cloak on him at TFCon this year after the rock party, and we're gonna call him the Brementor.
I ain't buying that.
We're just gonna push him through the halls since it's right before Halloween, and just watch him terrify everybody in the hotel.
Won't be the first time.
I'm gonna put a tracker on him when we're up there. I think.
Not a bad
It
idea.
wouldn't be a bad idea.
Nobody can keep
That's
track
what
of me.
the home
Take
about
away his debit card before he tries to get into somebody else's hotel room.
Oh,
Oh,
look,
almost.
Russ is breaking the rule right now.
Oh,
What's he
Yeah.
doing?
he's watching the show.
Dude, you're on the show.
Mm-mm.
I know. I do it all the time.
No, he's just trying to put a flashlight under his dick so Anna thinks it's bigger.
Here's a little.
Hey,
Here's a little
what's up? Sir, where have your hands been?
There's ass, apparently.
Here's a little.
Oh
Russ
shit! What's up,
behind the
Davy
scenes.
Pooh? Love you.
Here's a little Russ the Muss behind the scenes. While you guys are recording, Russ is sitting on the couch with his phone way down in his lap, like way down in his lap, and he's watching the show and going through the chat. Every once in a while, he'll mute the mic and he'll turn the volume up just so he can hear himself talk.
Oh, I can actually see that. I can see it. Does he wear the glasses too when he does it?
Yes.
You narcissistic fuck.
Why are you guys acting surprised at this?
I'm not at all.
No,
Oh,
not
I'm
one
not.
bit.
I'm not. That was disdain in my voice.
Uh-oh.
Alright.
I
Anna is
put
telling
some
way
weird
too much.
ass movie transformer noise on my phone.
Okay,
That was your first mistake.
Exactly. Y'all are gonna be outed like crazy.
Oh.
It's all
Right.
right.
Oh my
Wait,
It
god.
wait.
is
till us
National
ladies
Coming
have
Out
fun.
Day, so
Hey, Bonson
Oh, he
disguised
came
as
out
the,
all right.
he's got a cape we can throw over Brammer.
I used to.
Nice.
That's all right. As long as he doesn't mind it smelling like Red Bull and vodka, cool.
God.
That's cologne.
Sponsored by Red Bull.
Yeah, that's what we need to try to get a sponsor for. Goose
I
and
thought
Red
it was
Bull.
banging tequila.
Oh no, tequila no.
Oh.
No, tequila's my poison.
Kate
That sounds
drinks
like a
that
clown
tequila
orgy.
shit.
It
Mm-mm.
does, doesn't it? So
Cotton candy
Brammer
bang.
won't do it because tequila makes his clothes crawl on.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, Nick likes when I drink tequila.
yeah.
alright.
All right.
Speaking of,
you
we
guys
haven't
have a good
introduced
show, man.
our other guest yet either.
Yeah,
guys.
we haven't even
I know.
introduced
We're
Kate yet.
Yes.
All right,
Well, you guys
Later,
have
guys.
fun.
Later,
Be
guys.
safe.
y'all be
Can't-
good.
You
Have
too.
fun.
Have fun.
All
Record
right.
Russ's cries and screams this weekend, Jason, so we can all enjoy.
Oh, we're.
Oh, don't worry.
I can't wait to lean up against his tent and just rub the chest hair all over just to mess with him.
Awesome.
I can't.
Just rub
All right.
Velcro over the
Just
tank.
make sure you're snorting a little bit. And
I'm gonna tell you people this.
Oh god. All right, we'll see you
All right,
guys.
you guys have a
Have
good night.
fun.
All right, later.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
All right, so that's a 15-minute intro without getting to my wife yet. Kate.
Sorry.
Why don't you tell the wonderful people where you're at on the internet?
I'm on Facebook as Kate Westcott Brammer. Probably find me easiest just linking to Nick. I'm on Instagram rarely, Twitter occasionally.
Twitter's a scary.
But honestly, Facebook's pretty much the only place you're going to find me.
All right.
And trying not to murder Brammer.
I try. So far, so good.
Still here.
I don't look good in orange jumpsuits, so, it helps.
True.
Very few people do though. That's why they why they
Exactly.
went with orange.
I look. See, that's the thing. I look good in orange, so that's why I have so much trouble staying out of fucking jail.
So is that something you're striving for?
No, I said that's why I have so much trouble staying out of
okay.
jail.
You know they sell those things, right?
Yeah, no.
You don't have to go there.
Probably better quality in the
But those are-
pajamas they'd give you in the prison.
Oh, Bobo! Look at my
Aw.
puppy, ain't that baby?
It's a bark.
Right.
He is awesome.
Or stop.
Sam said, "Damn, Kate, no shared profile."
Shots fired. No, joke's on you, Sam. She controls both profiles.
Takes a lot of work out of mine.
And out of
jail.
True. You know they sell
All
those
right,
things, right?
Josh, I think you have a little section that you like to do every week right about now, and I'm remembering, so you haven't remembered this time, right?
Well, I already had it up and ready to go though.
Oh, shit, you're good.
Well,
He's a ninja.
Yeah. Oops, wrong button.
I'm very proud of you.
Well, thank you.
And of course, this week I definitely want to fucking go through this section.
All right. And let's see. Here are the MPSP Theater League Fantasy rankings and the results of last week. Nick finally won 2 in a row, and he took down the undefeated Crushicons from Eric B. in a narrow margin of victory, 221.3 to 218.9. Anna put a hurting down in the best case of spousal abuse I've seen in a while, and pulled out a less than 2-point victory on Russ, 223.7 to 221.8. Vinny cruised to stay undefeated at 5-0 and trounced Sam at 373.1 to 212.5. Jason fell to 2-3, a game under 500 to Rob in a neck-and-neck battle that Rob finally squeaked out a victory, 221.8 to 209.7.
Yeah, we were watching that one.
Surprising everybody. I was slated to win by over 100 points, and Walt had some players on his team that had career-defining games, like 4 of them. And he ended up beating me by almost 40 points. So he closed that 120-point deficit, I think it was, and won by 40. So congrats to you, Walt. You beat the brakes off my ass. 314.1 to 276.7. I still remain first in our division at 3-2 with Sam right behind me. Also 3-2, but having 107 points less scored, so tiebreaker would go to me in this instance. And Vinny, of course, is solely in possession of first in his division. This week's matchups, we're going to see. I'm facing Sam. I'm slated to win 255 to 232, even though he's got a 12-point lead on me essentially right now from last night's games. Nick's got a 48-point lead on Jason from last night's game, and Nick and Jason are they're slated to be really close, 226 to 220. Russ is facing Rob, and Russ is the favorite, 226 to 204, but we'll see how that shakes out because Russ really sucks. Eric is slated to win 247 to 185 over Anna, but she does have a 40-point lead after last night's game. And Walt is slated to take a beating, but we saw how that worked out last week. He actually surprised everybody. 202.4 to 275.3 against Vinny. So Vanny, though, has consistently scored over 300 points every week, so we'll see if Walt can manage that again.
That skinny little bastard is scary.
But yeah, that's the fantasy update for this week. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna have to beat a man-child. He's child-sized, but I might feel bad about it, but probably not.
And that was your fantasy recap for this past week.
That was the fantasy recap for this week, yes. Oh, speaking of children, child-sized men, look who decided to join us.
What's up, guys? What's up, Kate? How you doing? Glad to see you on here. I'm apologizing for all these clowns in advance.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Hey, I've been watching the show for a minute, and I noticed that Nick made sure to that Josh, that you did the fantasy recap.
Yeah.
Because he won this week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Usually he's like, oh yeah, Josh, I forgot. Go ahead and do it real quick.
I already had it ready to go, even though I did take a loss. I own it. I talk mad shit, but when I lose, I lose.
Hey, hopefully some of these guys on this show can go after your example, That's what leaders do.
Oh, okay.
I never said I didn't say that shit.
I'm gonna reach right down that hobbit hole and grab you by that fucking beard, kid.
Oh man! Followed last year's fantasy thing, and Nick didn't mention boo about it to me this year.
Was he talking about it a lot last year? See, this is the kind of the insight, man. I love it. I love it.
No,
So,
actually,
You remember the wives joined in?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And I did really, really, really well.
Yes, you did.
This year,
You
he did-
actually are the one that
Yeah.
eliminated me, I think.
Yep. And this year, he didn't say a thing about it to me until you guys had already set it all up.
I honestly
That's
did not
funny,
think
man.
you'd be interested again, honey. I am sorry. That is my responsibility. You have a spot next year.
Listen to these excuses,
Okay.
man.
Well, we
All right,
decided
you motherfuckers.
we decided to open it up to friends of the show. There were some regulars in the group that always talked shit last year, saying they'd whip our asses around. So we wanted to put their mouths where their there's
Money
no
where their mouths are.
there's no money involved, so their mouths where their mouths are, I guess.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You got to pay up at TFCon.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all right. A few motherfuckers owe me drinks at TFCon.
Oh, we'll make sure to get you hammered before you get hammered.
All right.
Oh,
Y'all can buy me my breakfast.
And then we can buy you eggs and bacon to go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul's going to have to find a friend to babysit his ass the whole weekend.
I don't need a babysitter. I get
No,
along just fine.
he floats really well, so we can just push him around the show.
He is like a sneaky toddler. You know how those are hard to keep track of.
You turn your back, man.
He's gone.
Or you know what it is? It's whenever they're quiet for a minute, and you're like, we're gonna be sitting there like, Nick hasn't chimed in or Nick hasn't piped up in a second. What's he doing?
No, see, we have an advantage this year. We have a tracking hobbit. We just put him in Nick's back pocket.
I don't need a babysitter. I get
No,
along just fine.
he floats really well, so we can just push him around the show.
All right, Sam. I'll show you how to do TFCon right.
Oh shit!
Oh, God. Sam, don't listen to him. Last time I listened to him about doing something like that, I don't remember the next, 12 hours.
So, guys, we need to get the picture for TFCon for the group shot done Friday afternoon.
If not Thursday night.
I won't be there till 9 o'clock Thursday night, and I'm gonna be toast when I get there. 14 hours, baby.
Ugh.
Yeah, so I told everybody, if they had any questions for Kate to ask them, but nobody hit up the family group, or so far nobody in the chat. So if you think of anything, that you would like to ask Kate, fucking go
and
ahead
I will be brutal.
I got some.
All right,
whenever we get there.
Go ahead, Sam.
Oh, are we doing that now?
We'll do it throughout the whole show. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I just want to know, just like, I mean, are you into any nerdy stuff, Kate?
I am. My nerdy stuff is a little different. I'm into Firefly, the Joss Whedon show.
Good show.
Yeah, that's that show Nick's always talking shit about.
I love that show. Supernatural.
That's a good one.
Oh. And I'm still trying to get over the fact it's ending. Some Star Trek stuff that was more when I was younger.
Next generation or DX9?
Next gen.
I like.
Kate has a really cool story about actually next gen.
What is it?
Actually, way back when I was really into Next Gen when I was in my teens, and there was a Star Trek convention in Philadelphia, and that's where I lived. I grew up right outside of Philly, and so went to the con and actually snuck in because they weren't letting anybody else in.
That's cool, man. Fuck them.
But I actually snuck in because there was this unguarded little passageway. So get in there, and Patrick Stewart was doing a Q&A. And I'm standing there, and I'm this awkward as hell 14, 15-year-old nerd.
I'm 29.
Standing against the wall, wearing badly permed hair, I love the hot mess. And I raised my hand because I had a question. And I asked Patrick Stewart what was his favorite episode of Next Gen as an actor to perform. And he went on looking right at me and talked for the next 10 minutes about the episode
cool, man.
And he looked around the room, kind of did the scan and addressed the whole room. But kept coming back to me and made eye contact with me and answered my question and talked to me for like 10 minutes. It was the coolest
So it
thing
was
ever.
like clear that
You were in the same
he
room
was
as
like-
Patrick Stewart. You immediately win.
yeah. Well, shoot. I mean, that makes me, because I was gonna ask one question, but now I'm wondering, like, how did you get into all that stuff? Like, was it like a family member or something that influenced you, or did you just kind of discover that all on your own?
Some of it was family. Like my dad was into original Star Trek, and so when
Okay.
Next Gen came out, it was something that we would kind of watch together a little bit. But I was always a big reader, and I was always into like TV and movies and books as like escape. And so I just gravitated towards things that I could, kind of escape from reality with for a while.
Heard that. Man, that's funny you say that, because my dad, I would watch Star Trek with him when I was little when it was coming out, and I remember like if it was something scary, he had this recliner in his room, and I would always get up and stand behind it because like I would get scared or whatever. Because I was probably like three or four, when it was coming on. But so I guess that so Nick being into this stuff, like and he's your husband, it's not as much foreign to you then.
Yeah, I mean it's just a different hobby,
different properties. Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, I'll be honest, it's like it's not my thing, but I follow it enough that I understand, what's going on and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But like I collect like stuff that's Firefly or Supernatural related. So him collecting Transformers makes perfect sense to me because that speaks to him.
Right in line with it. So when you guys met each other, like way back when now.
Way back when, yeah.
when did Nick, and I guess for you too, like learn that about each other, that you were into all this quote unquote like geeky kind of really niche stuff? Like, did it happen early on, or did it?
I think it was just kind of gradual, like just. I don't know that there was ever like an aha moment of, oh my god, you do this, you collect what? It was just kind of like this gradual. We've always been like very brutally upfront with each other.
Yeah, that's good.
So like,
Yeah.
Like we're like real big on communication. So, if there was something like he and I liked or whatever, it was very natural to say, hey, I really enjoy that. And it didn't matter if it was geeky or nerdy or whatever,
Yeah,
like he liked wrestling, like he likes pro wrestling. So I got him tickets to go see a house show,
Nice.
and we
Hell yeah,
went to a house show together.
Yeah, that's how Tiff and I are too. It's just we've always been completely open and honest about everything, and it seems to work because 20 years later, you guys are pretty close to that too, aren't you?
Yeah, we've been together
2 more
since
years.
2001.
Yeah, Tiff and I were 99, so.
Man, that's cool, because I always wonder about that, Kate. Because it's like my wife, she is like on the other end of the spectrum as far as that goes. You know what I mean? So but I think early on when we started dating, I was like, I'm into all this stuff, and she was cool about it. And I think if you like the person, you'll make it work. But I like what you said though about how you and Nick are. That's something I've always said about Nick is like, this dude will never cut corner or like, what am I trying to say? He'll never sugarcoat anything. But it's like you never have to worry about him being like dishonest or anything or like bullshitting you, because he'll just tell you the way he thinks, which is a good thing, especially in a long-term relationship. You need that,
Exactly.
You need that.
Yeah.
But that's cool that you kind of had that that understanding of all this stuff, because some people don't, man, and they're not willing to try.
I was like, my wife's kind of nerdy, but she's nerdy into like video games and shit like that. And she's a big book. She's a huge fantasy book fanatic. So all this stuff like the Transformers and the Marvel stuff and the comics that I'm into, it was kind of a new bag to her. And when we got together, I wasn't really doing any of it. So I regained that love while reconnecting with my oldest kid. And she's just kind of run with it now.
Yeah.
Well, I knew Nick was nervous from the get-go because our first meeting, our first date,
was he wearing a Star Trek costume?
He was wearing this god-awful button-up, like silkscreen shirt or whatever, and it was anime.
Nice. Wait.
It was the ugliest shirt I'd ever seen in my life.
Yo, it was
Oh my God,
hot.
dude.
It was a button up blue rayon fucking Goku when he had the tail fucking shirt.
Super
Nice!
Saiyan Goku or Goku is the big giant monkey.
No, the Super Saiyan Goku.
Oh, dude, hey, that's badass, man.
Oh, yeah.
No,
I would've
that thing
seen
was
you and been like-
ugly.
I would have seen you across the room and been like, "That's a strong dude."
Part of me kind of went, what the hell is he wearing? Other part went, he was really nice on the phone and really nice to chat to. So, a bad shirt choice isn't enough for me to say no to the date. So I'll go and meet him anyway.
Well, sure. I mean, let me get up on there, all in your business then. How did you guys meet?
Online.
So
Back when Yahoo Personals was free.
Oh, I remember
Yeah.
those days.
These are dial-up days. I just moved. I graduated college. I went from growing up in Pennsylvania. I went to college in Buffalo, New York, and I wanted to go to vet school. And so I moved myself down to Virginia, Southwest Virginia, because I really wanted to go to Virginia Tech. And
That's not the Southwest part. Come on.
well, that's what they technically call.
Yeah,
Come on.
they're wrong though.
Yeah, I know. That's what most people understand when I say Southwest Virginia. They know kind of what I'm talking about. And so I moved to, Blacksburg, Virginia, and don't know a soul. And I was working a job, and I worked evenings and nights, and so, I didn't know anybody. I didn't, meet anybody anywhere. And so I talked to a lot of people online, and I got basically real bored because I'm a college graduate surrounded by undergrads, and I was lonely, and I'm just like, okay, I want to talk to people. So I put up a Yahoo personal ad just to try to meet people. This is legit what it was for. It was for meeting people, not so much like this Tinder and Bumble crap they have now. And I met a bunch of assholes.
Nick
really
included.
No, it's one. But I was actually about to delete the whole mess, and I get this email from this guy named Nick, and
He's like, "Hey, baby, you into Dragon Ball GT?"
nah, you're
You
sweet.
ever seen a
know.
Super Saiyan before?
Hey, at least you didn't invite me for a threesome with a dog like one guy did.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
the internet is terrifying.
No, man.
Yeah, exactly. But we met and we clicked, and that was that.
Hell yeah.
Tell me, I always want to know Nick's backstory. It's like we get little tidbits here and there, and I'm starting to piece it all together.
But here's your chance. Ask away.
He was
Yeah.
paratrooping out of a helicopter naked with a bowl of Jello.
Oh man.
And that was a cameo by our little one.
Sorry.
He's gonna get a beating when I get off here.
I think you're talking
Everybody
about
says hi, Cal. Go. I will. Now go.
Seems like it's either him or one of Sam's kids or one of mine dive bombing the show
Yeah, for
every
real.
week.
Nah, Cal's pretty
Pretty
good.
He's a good kid.
He is.
Kate, Bot in Disguise is in our chat says, Kate, as a wife of a collector, what's your thought on this collector world your hubby is involved with?
I think it's awesome. I actually think it's great because, it's a common interest, and to be honest, we have the internet, but everyone otherwise is so scattered. I mean, it's not the days when you popped over to somebody's house or just met up randomly here and there or whatever. Everyone's really scattered. I have all these friends that are all over the country, and so I think the collector communities are cool because it brings people together that have a common interest, build social networks. I'm in a chat group now with the ladies of the realm.
Hell
And I've
yeah.
not yet met anybody in person, but I've got this awesome group of friends now.
You guys have
And
been
the
blowing
fact
that
that-
chat up too in the past week.
Yeah, it's been fun. But
awesome.
it's been great. It's been great for Nick because we were in Virginia, then we moved to Pennsylvania for work, and then we came down here, and it's awesome socially to have these people that you have similar interest in that you can connect with. I think it's great.
Yeah, it's one of the things that we've really enjoyed about the realm. I mean, we've got friends from all over the world. We got people from England, from Germany, from everywhere, and these are people we would have never met otherwise.
Mhm.
Exactly.
And here we are. We're talking to all of them on a regular basis. Though. And shit, look at this tonight. I'm in Wisconsin. Sam's over in Illinois. We got the you guys down in Florida, and Josh is in hillbilly country.
I'm in the taint of Virginia.
I mean, we're damn near. We're like scattered all over the country and talking like we've known each other for years. It's awesome.
Well, we have I mean,
Exactly.
Yes.
But I mean, this isn't a whole lot different than sitting on the couch bullshitting. I mean, we're just sitting on our own couches bullshitting.
Mhm.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a great way for people just to get to know each other and be social and create social networks, which people need. I mean, it's good for
Mhm.
mental health and it's good to have a family, a network like that.
Yeah, and I grew up in the military, and there's such a diverse culture depending on where you are, not only in the world but in the country itself. So you get all these different cultures and people that you wouldn't experience if you were just locked into your own local region. It's so cool to do that and see the different outlooks and the different personalities.
Yeah, Rob, that's a good point because all of us, it's like we do have something that brings us all together. But then in that, we all have different backgrounds and different beliefs and things, but we can find a way to coexist, and get along still. That's cool stuff.
Yeah, different professional backgrounds, all of it. I mean, how often would you see a truck driver associating with a midget? Well,
I've seen some things, man. I've seen some things.
at least so have I.
Man, they fuss on you about your height every show, don't they?
They're terrible to me.
It's only out of love, man.
Of course, I'm probably gonna use you as an armrest at
He's
at some point.
adorable.
Probably, man. Probably.
I don't know if I ever told you I'm 6'1".
What?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh shit! Here we go. The whole...
Sam
Put
wants
it down,
to know.
Sam. Put it down.
Sam needs to know because he's going to be at TFCon. You're going to be at TFCon. Sam is infatuated with She-Hulk. And we told him we're going to try to find somebody to cosplay as She-Hulk and just carry him around like a baby for an hour on the con floor.
Jason
I
said he
am
wouldn't
not
do it.
painting myself green.
Well, there is a gray variant.
How much tequila would it
Not-
take?
More than you could afford.
Don't be so sure. Honey, I need
Hey,
a credit card.
Rob, it looks like if we got to go to Plan B. It's going to be you, man.
All right, fine. I guess enough alcohol, and instead of rickshaw, I'll be She-Hulk.
There you go.
Anybody got some fake titties I can borrow? Oh, wait, no, we're good.
Wow, dude, you're wild.
Yes, Walter, my wife is actually 6'1". Okay. No way, she's
Hey, how
6'1".
how tall is Walter?
Walter's about
Like
6'4",
6'8"?
6'5".
Yeah, well, it's pretty tall.
6'15".
Yeah.
Too tall to fit in an eclipse.
Sounds like my cousin. I got a cousin who's 6'8".
Oh, you should have been at Chicago last year trying to watch him get out of my car.
That was comical. I was there for that.
I thought I was going to have to put the top down.
We were
He
taking,
was in that
we were
car and
taking
it-
bets thinking you were going to have to put the top down.
Fuck. He had the seat all the way back and reclined, and his knees are still like over the dash level.
Damn, that's a big dude.
Ooh, this is interesting. I love you, Walt.
Walt is 6R.
All right, everybody, there's your math problem for the night. Solve for R.
Well, if you multiply 6 and divide it by
Yeah, he fixed it. He fixed it.
circumference of Walt and multiply it by the tiny ass car.
Wait, is he 6'4" or
6'4".
is he 64 years old?
Both.
I don't know. Either could be accurate. I think he's 6R and 64.
we love you, Walt.
I think there's a pie in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure there's been a pie in there.
Nothing can kill
Walter,
the grimace.
Walter.
All right. You guys want to get on to some news?
Yeah. No, well,
Yeah.
All right,
I like peppering these questions in.
All right. First one is Ninja actually his wife did an interview talking about why he left Twitch. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but
Will share. It gave a huge boost to Twitter's credibility
yeah.
as a platform. Now you're starting to slowly see a trickle of some of the mid-tier, and that's where it's really going to shake up. When the mid-tier creators start jumping ship and going to Mixer and moving away from Twitch, you're going to see Mixer take a steady growth, and you're going to see a lot more new faces who have been trying to break out in Twitch, which is oversaturated, now seeing Mixer as a viable platform to grow with.
Now, is Mixer only video games? Because like some of the things
no.
I like to watch. Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say like some of the things that I like to watch on Twitch are Geek and Sundry and LA by Night. It's it's run by White Wolf. They do a fucking chronicle online and stream it.
I think
Just
YouTube's
as an
fucking up.
Yeah, just as an example,
Yeah.
I did a Gundam build live stream on Twitter a few weeks ago with the Fox Valley Gunpla Club.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's kind of falls in the IRL stuff. They've got a lot of IRL stuff. I was sitting there watching They have this thing called Channel 1, where they every 15 to 20 minutes they rotate to another channel, and it's like it's a featured channel on the main page for that 15 or 20 minutes, and they divert all the Channel 1 traffic to it. And it's kind of the highlight, hey, here's this creator. You might not have seen him before. Check him out. And it had gone through a Madden player, and somebody was doing StarCraft, somebody was doing Overwatch, and then it was somebody who was doing an IRL stream where he was applying makeup and doing like airbrushed makeup and all this shit.
Oh, cool.
And the one after that was some IRL chick streamer. That one I didn't really. Booby streamer.
Sniper Wolf?
And then after that, it went back into a game, and then another one that popped up. I watched it I had it on the background for about half a day while I was doing some cleaning, and it had cycled through people doing live podcasts, people who were doing like live commentary on game streams, like competitive game streams and shit, all kinds of stuff.
So that may be an option with the YouTube fucking up still.
Yeah.
Not only technically, but you know, with how they're trying to come down on toy content and shit like that.
That's gonna hurt a lot because you have a lot of creators out there making content for adult collectibles, but because of what they are, they're viewed as toys.
Yeah.
Not very many people are buying their kid a $800 Hulkbuster Hot Toys or a $600 Devastator. But they're still.
What about these guys that do those fasten dolls?
Yeah, that's another one. Those are technically toys.
Yeah, and they're 12-inch, but yet all anatomically correct.
They got 6-inch ones now, Josh. I saw this dude put one on Wolverine, but it was like
oh yeah, I've seen that.
You see that with the naked body, but the only thing that threw me off was there was no hair on the body. So it was just like a slick bald.
Sam was out. If that body don't have hair, he's out.
Yeah, I threw my computer out the window.
Hey Lowry, Sam's got a question for you.
I said, get this.
All right. All right. I have no idea what this is. I put it in here because Rob and Josh, I think, were interested. The AGDQ thing.
Awesome Games Done Quick has announced their game list for next year for 2020. For anybody who doesn't know, Awesome Games Done Quick is a speedrunning community for video games. And they also tend to link up and do a lot of charity work for they do
Extra
their big,
Life.
yeah, Extra Life.
Mm-hmm.
They do the big charity runs and whatnot, and they announced some new games for next year that they're going to start doing speed runs with. Some of them are kind of interesting because I'm not sure exactly how you do speed runs on stuff. Like one of them, Subnautica, which is, I don't know if any of you guys have ever played No Man's Sky or
Yeah,
like
Subnautica
Nighttime at
is like
Oceania.
an ocean-based No Man's Sky.
Yeah. I don't know how you do a speed run on that because there's really not much of an end game. It's just kind of a perpetual environment.
Mm.
There is now, and Destiny 2's Last Wish raid. I think that one's specific to the raid itself.
Yeah, that's
And
what I
then-
was gonna ask. Is if like in that Subnautica shit, if it was gonna be like an end game raid or something.
There's really no end game raid though. It's pretty much an
Oh, okay.
individual experience. That's what I'm trying to. I can't figure out how they're going to do that.
Mm.
Now, one of the interesting ones is they're doing Sekiro, which is, if you've ever played Dark Souls, it's that type of a game and that difficult of a game with ninjas.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. That one will be a fun one to watch speed run because that game is brutal as shit. It is hard.
That last one you mentioned, I've heard of.
Yeah, it's a pretty big game, and I know the speedrunners have been hammering that game trying to figure out all the best ways to get through it and looking for glitches and shit. And that time keeps coming down faster and faster. And then you'll have your normal, your every year you get your Mega Mans, your Marios, Zeldas. I know some of them guys have done Fallouts and Final Fantasy games. I know I don't think they're doing 15 this year, though. Did they do 15 last year, Josh?
I don't remember.
I've always been a big fan of the retro speed runs. So, like, Super Nintendo and older for the most part. But that's the ones I usually watch are the Mega Mans, Metroids, things like that. And the old Zeldas. But,
Cool.
yeah, their full list is available. Destructoid's got the article up. They link to the full. Otherwise, it's gamesdonequick.com.
Nice.
Check it out and watch the charity stream. Extra Life is a badass charity. It's one hell of a show to watch, too.
Sweet. All right. Next story. Sony is not allowing screenshots or video on Facebook anymore. From like PlayStation Share, right?
Yeah, they took
anything.
Go ahead, Josh.
Sorry. It's basically their Facebook integration. Everything about it's going away. Anything like used to, if you did something in a game, you could hit share, and it would share it to your Twitter, Facebook, I think Instagram. But they've just essentially taken away the Facebook integration because of concerns over basically privacy concerns. And I can understand Sony's positioning on it because they've had data breaches before and they don't want to increase the risk of data breaches. That's essentially what it boils down to.
Right.
But like if your PlayStation profile picture uses your Facebook profile picture, after the next couple of days that's going to cease to be. So you'd have to change your avatar if you want to.
Wait, so
go ahead.
how are they getting? So like if you just screenshot like what you're playing, right?
Yeah, there's a share button. There's a share button on the PS4 controller.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
That's on the left-hand side of the controller there above the left stick. But you could hit share, and you could actually choose to go live and share your gameplay on Facebook, or you could share a screenshot on Facebook. If you've got a trophy, you could share that news.
Does it like display your like your profile name or whatever?
Yeah, it would show up on your Facebook.
Is that how the data breaches were happening then?
I'm not sure exactly how on the technical end of the data breaches how they were occurring, But the two major ones that they've had, it wasn't due to Facebook integration. I think this is just a precautionary measure,
They're just playing it
just
safe.
as
Yeah.
playing it safe
Got it.
because of the sharing or the information sharing and the concerns of Facebook's privacy that's come to light in the past year and a half.
Yeah, so
But
fun.
It's not a major thing to me because really
Yeah.
all it's going to affect is my avatar, and I can change that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
a lot of these video game websites, these writers that write their articles when they're reviewing games,
They just throw the screen grab up.
they'll do a screen grab. They'll pause it and take a quick screenshot and share it to their profile, so they have it backed up to Facebook and they can just pull the photos from there rather than having to. Now they'll have to do a lot more extensive work to get shots of gameplay and footage of gameplay without if they don't have a capture card. So I can
Maybe
see
other
how it
question there
would
is
be.
gonna be like, I know there's people who have jumped over out their PS4 to stream live gameplay to Facebook, and they were doing it through that PS4 share. Now, these streamers that are doing that, they're going to have to go do capture cards now. That cannot make them happy.
No, because a capture card, a good one, minimum is going to run you about $150 or more.
Yeah, and you still have to have it linked to the PC and all that shit.
And
Yeah,
you
now
may
Mick-
have
and then
to
Mick
move
with-
your
Go
system
ahead.
set up and everything. But
Yeah.
I know people personally that have abandoned Twitch because they weren't seeing growth to go to Facebook gaming to try to experience growth there just by streaming through the PS4.
Yep, and now I mean that kind of puts PS4 or Sony in a really bad spot because Microsoft's Xbox, Microsoft owns Mixer. They have native Mixer streaming still.
Yeah.
It's literally hit a button and you're live. I think you can still do Twitch off the Xbox too.
Yeah, you can still do Twitch off
Yeah.
of the PS4 as well, but
Can you?
it's not so much about. I don't think it's going to be that much of a detriment to them for doing this, especially if the main area of concern is to attempt to kind of help reinforce what little protection is there of user data.
Yeah. Now, when reading the article, one thing I did notice mentioned, and I don't know if maybe I read this wrong, but it sounds like it wasn't just about data breaches, but they were concerned with what Facebook was doing with their users' personal data. They weren't happy with Facebook's data collection.
Yeah, that too.
That makes sense because Facebook is the devil.
Yeah.
It really is. For all the good that it has done, it's also just a cesspool.
You don't get anything for free.
Nope. Ain't that right, Dakota?
Yeah.
But
All right, guys. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, yeah, that's essentially it. I don't see it as a detriment for me personally, but people who rely on it, I understand how it is detrimental to them. So hopefully they can find a good workaround and everything works out. But I don't think it's a major hindrance in any other regard. But yeah,
Same
that's,
here.
that's all I got. To
I never
say.
really used it, so.
I haven't either.
I
just know that it auto posts trophies sometimes. If you have that setting set up. I don't need my fucking PS4 shit all over Facebook, so I'm not worried about it.
Let's be real. Facebook is involved with enough of our lives as it is.
Yeah. I think it sucks for PS4 because it's just an extra thing to get their stuff out,
Right.
Have people push it on social media. It's free advertising for them.
Oh, realistically, Sony ain't hurting.
No.
Right, but it's just, yeah. And I think they're gonna be okay. It's not like this is gonna break them.
Yeah. All right. Next story. Kevin Conroy will not be voicing Batman in the new game.
Lame.
That's a miss for them, dude. I'm wondering why. Like I know it sounds stupid, but it's like what you got going on?
It's being given to. It's not the same studio doing the next Batman game that did the Arkham games either. It's UB Montreal, isn't it? Or WB Montreal?
It's WB Montreal, yeah. I mean, for a lot of people, if you're gonna look at Batman in a non-live action version, Kevin Conroy's your Batman,
Dude, Nick, I think to me that voice competes with the life. So like, and it's like this to me is like my justification for that. When I read a Batman comic, I read it in that voice. Like in my head, it's Kevin Conroy's voice that says Batman's speech bubbles.
Same here.
Like to this day, in it no, it's not like I hear Christian Bale or Michael Keaton was early on for me, but it's Kevin Conroy, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he started with the animated series, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because I know he
that's
was
the guy.
animated series and up, and then
he was the first one to do the separate voices for
Bruce Wayne and Batman.
Yeah.
And see, he's been doing that character for 30 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, voice acting, and especially changing your voice, if you do a lot of gravelly speaking or yelling, that's putting a strain on it. So he's probably just tired.
I don't know if it's that.
I haven't noticed a difference though. Like with kind of what you're saying, Josh. Like I haven't noticed like even like in the Arkham games that it's changed at all. You know what I mean? Because I feel like an example is like hearing.
I'm not talking about his voice changing pitch or anything like that. I'm just talking about how when he is actually doing it, how he feels afterwards, because voice actors usually don't work more than 4-hour sessions because it is so rough on their voice. Maybe he's just tired of doing that and wants to do other things.
I mean, it's definitely a performance,
He's also playing a version of Batman in that Crisis crossover we talked about last week.
Yeah, dude, I think he's. That's gonna be insane, dude.
Yeah.
Is that live action or is that
live action?
Yeah.
He's playing like the old Batman. Like,
oh damn! I thought it was a animated thing.
Nah, man, it's live action. That's how they're.
Is he
Go ahead.
gonna
Sorry.
Is he going to be the Kingdom Come version of Batman, like Brendan Routh is
that
Kingdom Come
would be
Superman?
Cool. I don't know.
I had like all them robots or whatever.
Yeah.
Dakota, you're late. She answered that like right early in the show.
Yeah. Primal Sabbath just got in here. He says, I do have a serious question for Lady Brammer. Does she collect anything? Does she collect anything? And does that stem from seeing Nick enjoying his hobby and how fun the social aspects are?
She collects bumps on his head.
Now I collect Firefly stuff, the Joss Whedon series, Firefly / Serenity, and I collect Supernatural stuff from the TV show. I've collected stuff forever. Like I collect carved wooden boxes. I collect books like it's going out of style. I'm a major reader. So I think it's just we're both collector personalities. We just have different tastes. But I've got collections of stuff like.
Dude, I'm gonna introduce you to my wife because y'all would get along phenomenally.
Awesome! Can't wait to meet her. Now I'm a major reader. I have Kindle app on my phone. I'm on my second Kindle. When we moved from Pennsylvania to Florida, we had a major yard sale, and I had, I think, 4 bookshelves full of books I was selling because I didn't want to move them. I've always been a reader, like, always been yeah, I mean, hon, how many books did I have in that little ass apartment that I had in Virginia?
A lot.
I know how many books I had to move when we got the house.
Oh man,
holy shit!
Moving books is such a pain in the ass.
No, dude, there's no.
I am such a huge fan of tablets and e-readers now. It's not even funny.
Dude, I can't read on a screen, man. I gotta hold it. Can't do it.
I still buy some books. Like I actually have a stack of 4 books next to me with my Kindle Paperwhite. So it just depends. Like I have like a stack of I'm always reading more than one book. So I've got like one on my Kindle, I got one on my Paperwhite, like my Kindle app on my phone, one on my Paperwhite, and then I've got like 3 like hard books, to read, that I'm in the process of. I've always been a reader.
Here's a
But
question
I try to
for
think
you then.
about them.
With your books.
Uh-huh.
So, I've always, like, as soon as the tablets became viable, I don't ever want to touch anything paper again. But my wife came. She was a librarian at one point, and
so was I.
She no shit.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Did you marry my
Dude, that's
wife's
crazy,
clone?
man. You were a librarian, and Nick still doesn't know how to read.
That's right.
That's insane, dude.
My first job ever, my first like real job, like actual paycheck job, not under the table cash job, was at a Barnes and Noble in high school.
Tips was at the library. He is a library aide.
And when I was in vet school, I worked as a student librarian at the vet school library.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So the question is, the book, like the actual physical book obsession, does that come from the smell of the pages?
That plays into it. Like there is.
Yeah, Tiff always talks about that's why she still wants to read the physical books. It's the textile, the feel, and then that smell of the book itself.
There is something awesome about the smell of a book that it does allow you sometimes to sink in a little bit more and just.
Mm-hmm. It's like soothing.
Yeah, it's very soothing.
It's like the same as like lighting a candle,
Exactly. And some books, like if I see a book and I know, I don't know necessarily that I could maybe find it on a Kindle. Like today I bought a book, like it's an esoteric nonfiction. Can I find that on Kindle? Probably not. So like I buy books in like, I buy more nonfiction now in actual physical book because something I might want to reference back or book or highlight. Like right now I'm reading Adam Savage's memoir.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a really good book. It is an excellent book. Oh, me too. And it's an excellent book, and I actually bought it in hardcover because when I page through it, there's pictures and there's things like I've highlighted and underscored and things like that I want to reference back. That's harder to do with the.
I do that too whenever I do read nonfiction. Like I will make notes in the book.
Yeah, so nonfiction, like I want
helps me understand
but like a fiction story that I just want to get lost in for a little while and be done with. An e-reader is perfect for that. So I'm very practical by nature. So a house full of physical books is just overwhelming anymore.
Dakota had another question. He says, "Are you into prop replicas or DVDs, media, etc.?"
Prop replicas, yeah. Like anything from my particular interests, abso-flippin'-lutely. And I do have some DVDs, but at this point, since you can really get everything streaming, I don't really collect those anymore because you can just find everything in some streaming form or another.
Cody.
But yeah, I love a good prop. Like Supernatural did a Loot Crate concept. I don't think it was through Loot Crate, but it was like their own concept. I did that for a while, and you got prop replicas in it. It was the coolest thing ever.
Oh, that's cool. What did it come with?
I got the First Blade. I got a replica of the First Blade. I got a replica key to the Men of Letters bunker. And I only did it for a little bit because it honestly was a little expensive, so it wasn't in the budget for a while. So those were like the awesome ones, and then like the Firefly Loot Crate I did for a while too, and I ended up with like a replica of the pocket watch that the Doctor carried. I ended up with replica Serenity. That was really cool. I got a replica of Kaylee's stuffed teddy bear. Stuff like that. Anything that evokes the memory of what I like, I'm all into.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
All right. We'll go ahead and muddle on to the next news story. Overwatch boss wants Tracer in Super Smash Brothers Melee.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Weren't we?
I'm just gonna
saying
say
that?
this. We called it.
Well, I think the world called it.
True. I mean, she's their poster child. That is what you see
Yeah,
on most of her
she's
media.
the essential game
Yeah.
mascot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's also a fun and enjoyable character. And
She is. She's actually extremely diverse. Like, she's not great at any one thing, but she's easy to jump in and play if you're a new player. So
yeah. And the personality that they put her with, she's very personable and friendly for pretty much anybody.
yeah, and she's kind of adorable. I don't hate the idea at all. I like Tracer, so
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think it'll lead to other ones. Like if you're like really tied to one, that's just what seems to happen with Super Smash Brothers. Like you could play.
Yeah.
I remember like Pikachu was on there, and now there's like a whole gang of Pokemon that you could be.
Yep.
Like you could be Zelda. Like
Yeah.
Oh,
and like,
Fire
and like
Don't tell Cal.
Yeah, like you could be like grown up Link and like Toon Link too.
You can also be Zelda. You can be Sheik. You can be. This is Ganon's on there now too, isn't he?
Yeah, dude. I mean that's the best game. That game's so much fun. Like
I've
every
never been
iteration
into
of
it, man. It's
Really?
just- yeah, just not my thing. If I got
love it, man.
that might be a good idea for Cal for Christmas, though.
Dude, it's a great game. It's fun as a family game too. Like every once in a while, we'll just boot up. We haven't bought the one for Switch yet, but we've got the Wii, the Wii U, all the ones back to like the GameCube.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got the N64 one somewhere too.
That was the first one, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, we'll occasionally just boot up one of them as a family and just have a family game. Like,
Dude, so
shit
if
at
you
each other on Smash.
could you imagine if they had like a Super Smash Brothers on like the original Nintendo, and you could have like the Ninja Turtles on it and like the Contra dudes on it.
Oh man!
Like, dude, that'd be a game. Like, if you could, like, because I know there's people that make like those like 16-bit games or whatever. But like, if you could make like a retro Super Smash Brothers, like that'd be cool, man.
That would be dope. I would play the nuts off of that.
And just like come up with the coolest of characters, man. I mean, just the Ninja Turtles enough would be.
I'd love to see the Ninja Turtles in the current Smash.
I know, man. I wish they
huge
could
for the
figure something out.
Yeah, I mean, well, NES and Super NES, they were huge.
Yeah, and I don't know, like with I know like the Ninja Turtles licensing is it's like impossible to pin down. Like I can't understand
Yeah.
it. It's especially with video games, man.
They were fun in Injustice.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't tried them in Injustice yet. I don't have Injustice 2 yet.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's what we'll do. We'll do like round robins of like fighting games, like Soul Calibur or Mortal Kombat and stuff like that.
That's
you know.
what Tiff and I do too. Well,
Yeah,
and it's funny because we'll go 50-50 depending on the game. Like, I can Whomper in the original Injustice, but then we move over to Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, and I'm usually toast.
My game's Soul Calibur. I'm pretty good at that one.
Yeah, Soul Calibur.
Nick kicks my ass at Mortal Kombat though.
I did learn real fast, though. Do not play Strip Mario Kart with my wife. I will fail. I made that mistake once.
Well, was it a mistake though? Usually strip games end up fun.
Yeah, when you're both ending up naked. I had all my clothes off, and she had lost a sock. I was cold and a loser.
You know, that violates Twitch terms of service, sir. I hope you weren't streaming that.
Whoops.
If Russ gets away with what he gets away with on YouTube, Rob would be fine.
Man, I miss
Yeah, they're
Russ.
just gonna
He was
swirl
such a
past and
good
go, "Yep,
guy.
that was creepy."
I just like giving him that jab, even though he's not here.
Well, I mean, yeah. It's painful to talk about. I'm really going to miss the guy after he was eaten by a bear. It's we love you, Russ. We'll remember you forever.
I feel bad for the bear.
Well, it's obviously going to have an upset stomach and probably a bad case of the shits after eating rust, but, you know.
Yeah, that's why I
Still
feel
gonna-
bad for him. But you know what I do for a living. I mean, I'm rooting Team Bear all the way.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So I guess Lowry wins in this.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're talking about a real bear.
No, we weren't.
I'm still rooting for Team Bear.
All right. Next one is there's a man. Is he in Canada? Suing for
There are two parents in Canada.
Okay.
A parent of a 15-year-old and a 10-year-old, respectively, and they are suing Epic, the creator and owner of Fortnite, because they did not disclose that Fortnite is as allegedly as addictive as cocaine.
Silly, man.
So basically, parents are blaming their shitty parenting on a video game.
These
Yeah.
two
Limit-
fucks are blaming their shitty lack of parental skills and letting their kids have their fucking way, think that they can get money from a corporation. Fuck them.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
that matters.
That's so stupid. I mean, seriously, you just limit the screen time. You change the Wi-Fi password. You know, you do whatever you need to do.
You take the
You parent your
controllers
damn-
away.
You're asking him to be a parent, though. Have
Yeah.
you seen the parents in today's age?
Hey,
We
there's-
are
there's-
rare.
It's the same as before. There's some great
Yeah,
ones.
so
There's some shitty
there's-
ones.
there's
And
shitty
there's
parents,
people
there's
that are
good
doing their
parents.
best. You know,
Mhm.
we just see it more exposed now because the world's in our fucking pockets.
Yeah. No, but I wonder, I mean,
You
how
realize how many shitty parents there are.
depending on how this goes, it's like
More than
if they
five.
put a disclosure or something, or a disclaimer is what I'm trying to say. Just be like, this game may be addicting.
No,
just like
they don't-
when you get a coffee cup and it says like contents may be hot, you know.
You know, anything is addicting if you overexpose yourself to it. You know, and
Yeah.
the fact that the World Health Organization is trying to get this whole video game addiction thing, it's a mental health issue, is ridiculous to me. Classifying it as an actual mental disorder. It's infuriating.
Yeah, and it's like what you said,
Everything's a
like,
mental disorder
could-
these days.
It could. Well, I mean, it's like the more we learn, like the more we can like identify those things. But I think an addiction isn't necessarily like the thing that they're addicted to is the problem.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
like with video games, you know. And
Exactly.
so it's like they can't regulate them as if that they are the impetus of the addiction. If you have that type of personality, or if it's extreme like that mental illness, you're gonna find something, you know.
Exactly.
So whether it's drugs or video games or booze or whatever,
Yeah,
Hookers.
people they got addicted to video games and not drugs.
right.
I
You
would
know,
rather, like
Put it in
Madison,
perspective, like
you know.
I used to
Depends
tell
on the-
people, they'd be like, "Get your nose out of that book. You're just reading. You're not doing anything
Yeah,
else." I'm like,
dude,
"At least I'm not doing drugs."
I'm
I mean,
glad you said that, Kate, because I always think about this thing I saw, and it was like a pamphlet that was like right after the printing press was made. Like, no, this was in. So this is like the late 1600s, like American colonies, and they were talking about like how all these kids are just like sitting at home reading all day, and like it's this big problem. And that to me is just like it just puts things in perspective of the how things change over time, to where like if you walked in your you like say so you get home from work and you walk in your house and your kids are sitting there reading a book, you'd be like, well, goddamn, like like that's awesome that they're doing that. But in that time it was this new thing that the older people didn't understand and didn't want to understand, and like that's something.
Wait, what? You mean to tell me that today old people are the same fucking way?
Dude, Josh is like, it's people my age, man.
Get here!
It's people
Dude,
my age.
as
with the
early
kids
as-
today bullshit, man.
As early as, but like,
Drives me
when I was
insane, dude.
I can't tell you how many times when I was a kid I was really big into sci-fi novels,
Mm-hmm.
Like I was a huge Orson Scott Card fan.
I was really big into Playboy and no, I'm just
Yeah, that's
Didn't you say that you
I used
guys
to-
had a bunch of them hidden underneath a bush, and you guys used to sneak in there and look at them in this bush and drink beer?
This was a big bush, dude, and it was liquor, man. We didn't have beer.
Her name was
okay.
Carrie.
It was like it's literally like it was as big as my kitchen. We'll talk about that later.
Anyway, yeah, I used to get yelled at like my mom would come home or some shit and get your nose out of the book. Hey, go outside and do something. Go roam around. Be social.
Dude, and you know what, Josh? When my mom would tell me that, I'd be like, "All right, mom, let me go outside and find this giant bush full of porn." Like, all right, mom, I'm gonna go watch. Look at
shit.
I'm telling you, the bush of porn was named Carrie.
That's my ex's name, by the way.
I am getting the most bizarre look right
from that
now.
movie. No, but dude, that's a thing, man. Just 'cause, I mean, I was raised or I grew up playing video games, man, and it's like turned out okay. It's not the time, it's not the things that are around in that time. It's the person, and the people haven't changed since the dawn of time. So we just have
most
to
of us evolved and got taller, but you've kind of kept back.
I have not, man. Hey, God made me perfect early. No, but I think it always. Wait, what's up?
Sorry, I was making a joke. You were saying God made you perfect. He stopped early. He could have kept going a little while at least. Come on.
Damn, dude, Kate's killing me, man.
Hey, I gotta ask you a question real quick.
Yeah.
You ever walk in when Nick is doing this show, hear something he's saying, and give him that the actual fuck look?
Yeah, like
she's
out of
done it on
context.
Hangouts.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not the only one. We're good.
I also occasionally open the door just to try to distract him, and that's kind of fun.
Yeah, she does that too. Or sends the squeak.
The squeak, yeah.
No, she just walked in and she caught the porn bush comment and was like, "The hell?"
Yeah, I've occasionally tuned into the show or walked past and cracked the door and heard something. I'm like, what? And I just shut the door, or I just walk away.
Oh yeah.
Which is fun. I like trying to distract them. That's the best part.
Must be a wife thing.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, seriously, twins.
See, the cool thing about doing the show with Kate is I can see my Loki cat right behind her.
Here, I'll get you a better view.
Hello, Loki.
Look at the pretty kitty.
Yeah. She's 16, man.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah.
Damn. I didn't know cats lived that long.
Hell, the last one that all of ours have gone into their teens.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. All right. Blizzard bans a Hearthstone pro over their pro-Hong Kong protest.
Assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is some bullshit.
Oh, hold on one second. E Prime asks, how many lies have you heard him tell us, Kate? Kate?
I think she's frozen.
Frozen. Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right. I can't do anything about it because I'm sitting here. Yeah, she dropped.
I'll watch for her to come back.
Yeah.
Come back in.
Look, Nick kicked off the stream and then went like this, click, and clicked his deadbolt in that room.
Ah, shit.
Come and rile me up now, woman.
Yeah. Wait, so what's up with this Blizzard stuff? I guess we can get through that real quick.
Basically, there was a big Hearthstone player from Hong Kong, and he's part of the Free Hong Kong protest rallies.
Mhm.
And Blizzard just kicked him out and banned him. Banned him off the game, banned him off everything.
Damn, dude, that's
Because he's part of
crazy.
it.
So
Yeah.
what does Blizzard have in all this? Are they just like
Well,
Don't-
they own Hearthstone. And one of Blizzard's parent companies is a company called Tencent. They're a giant media corporation in China.
Okay, that's the connection.
They're a 40% owner of Blizzard. So a lot of the controversy has been stemming from these protests in Hong Kong have been ongoing since June,
Right.
for weeks and weeks and weeks, and it stemmed from an extradition bill,
Mhm.
but now anybody that speaks out in support of Hong Kong, China's been shutting them down. So, like with the South Park episode last week or the week before, they basically told, they made a video mocking China. And China, the government, had the department that handles their internet scrub
Mhm.
any reference of South Park from their
everything.
from their servers,
Yeah.
so where it
Man,
can't
so
be
there was
accessed.
there was something in the NBA. These dudes are
Yep.
holding up
David,
like some free Hong Kong signs, and they got kicked out the game, right?
Yeah,
well, that's happened, and the general manager of the Houston Rockets spoke out in a tweet in support of Hong Kong, and the NBA was like, well, they've got a lot of business overseas in China. They are playing a game in
They're
China
playing
this
some games.
week,
Yeah,
preseason.
yeah,
Yeah, the Lakers and can't remember who else.
Rockets.
Lakers and the Rockets. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were playing in China
Yeah.
last night, and they've stepped in, like when reporters have said, what's your stance on issues, because the NBA has always been viewed as progressive and allowing
Did you
their
see what-
athletes
did you
to
see what
speak on
Steve
social
Kerr said?
media.
Yeah, I saw the Trump Steve Kerr thing. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw all that. But essentially, they're tiptoeing on eggshells to try to not to piss off China, so they don't take
They
a hit
want
in
to
their revenue
keep that
streams.
relationship.
Yeah, they want
So,
that market, man.
They want that
Over
market.
1 billion people.
Mm-hmm. They want
All
that
right.
market. So what Blizzard did, they banned this Hearthstone player for a year. But it turns out it doesn't extend to Hearthstone. It extends to all Blizzard games, so he can't play in the Overwatch tournaments he's prepared for. He can't participate in any of the esports league. They fired the 2 Taiwanese interviewers on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Tencent, I believe it was, came back a couple days later and said, well, this wasn't in any of our policy. So now people are taking to Twitter and they're protesting and boycotting Blizzard. People have been canceling their World of Warcraft accounts. They've been canceling their Call of Duty pre-orders. They've been all that. They're like, well, you know what? Until Blizzard makes this right and gets this guy reinstated because it wasn't against policy, we're taking a stand and voting with our wallets.
And here's the crazy part about that. Now Blizzard is making it harder and harder for them
To cancel the accounts.
Yeah. They're pulling a damn movie pass.
Yeah. Kate, before you died, we had a question in the chat.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. How many lies have you heard Nick tell
the show
on the show to the audience?
Very few, if any. Nick's a very honest man. Like, he is not prone to lying. Trust me.
Penis size. I'm sure that was wrong.
Probably, I missed that one. What did he say?
That was early on.
Hashtag warm cock. Bring it back.
I think I missed that one. No, actually, trust me.
Man.
The truth of Nick Brammer is, what you see is what you get.
Oh fuck!
And,
I was hoping for more.
And there's stories that he hasn't told you guys that would curl your hair. Trust me, I've heard them all.
Didn't have any.
Yeah.
It'll curl what you do have.
Mine, when I wash it, if I don't dry it afterwards, it curls up. So Nick might tell me one of them stories and make me have like a tight spiral. Then.
Yeah, you probably would.
He'd end up with a Jufro.
Okay.
That means a lot in my book. You asked, I asked, and she told you. Damn.
He's like, shoot.
What's wrong?
He's just joking.
Yeah.
Ah,
I love
Speaking of in
E,
the chat,
man.
Mm-hmm.
Dakota brings up Matt Stone's "fuck you" letter to China.
Yeah.
That's more proof why we love Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
South Park guys
essentially
are
said,
amazing.
they essentially said, "Oh, yeah, we're sorry, China. We too love money more than freedom. Sorry about that."
All right. Next topic is something that you guys probably don't give a shit about, but I thought was fucking crazy.
Your hemorrhoid
They-
situation?
Oh, that's huge.
He's like, check
That's
these
bad
out.
No, I'm
too.
interested in that. Let's hear about that.
Yeah,
Hey, he'll show you.
been pretty good past
All he's gotta
couple
do is
months.
stand up and turn around.
Oh God.
WWE had the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Never before in the history of Hell in a Cell has there been a disqualification or no contest. And they had Bray Wyatt basically lose to Seth Rollins
Stupid.
by a no contest because that's what Vince thought the best story would be.
Well, not only that, they've spent 6 months building Bray up and bringing him back, and he's, revamped his look and his gimmick, and it's been amazing because even though I don't watch the shows live, I'll just watch his segments on YouTube just because they're fun.
Yeah,
And
the Firefly Funhouse shit.
Firefly Funhouse, and then the little glimpses of the Fiend coming through and everything.
Yeah.
And just to have him come in, get a win on a pay-per-view, and then challenge for the title, just to have that garbage ending was dumb.
Yeah.
And it's a Hell in a Cell. There technically is no disqualification. There must be a winner.
Yeah, that was always the draw.
Fucking dumb.
I mean, fucking Taker threw Foley off the top of the cell.
Mhm. I remember.
Foley was legitimately out. This bullshit they did with Bray, doesn't come to that threshold. It's like, God damn, you have all this fucking energy going forth with Bray Wyatt, with the Fiend character, the fact that Tom Savini designed the mask, and he looks fucking interesting. He is doing interesting shit.
And that lantern, oh my God, what they did to the
Yeah.
lantern was badass. It's like a version of his old, of his face and how he used to look, and the lights emanating from his mouth, and that's so cool.
Yeah. I mean, it just shows one thing why, like, Raw and SmackDown are in the place they are, and NXT is run by Trips, so that's actually doing well. And then, like, people are going to AEW in droves. AEW just beat them for a second week in a row, beat NXT.
Mm-hmm.
And that's huge.
2 weeks in a row, their debut, and then again this week. And, they said that this week AEW show was actually probably stronger than NXT's, even though the first week NXT probably had a better show overall. They still lost in the ratings. So it's like we've got a new, we got a Wednesday Wars now, and of 2 quality shows.
Yeah.
It might be enough to actually make me watch again, but I don't know.
Dude, I'd watch Kenny Omega do anything, so, he's fucking
would you
awesome.
watch him crack open sunflower seeds reading the newspaper while taking a shit?
Yes.
Okay. Then I believe you.
Yeah, I just wanted to put that in there because we got a couple of wrestling stories, but I know a lot of people aren't interested in them. But we do have some wrestling fans in the realm.
Did we have the one about Kevin Smith and Jay Muse in there?
Yeah, that's gonna go in a couple. The next one I had was Hogan wants a fucking retirement match.
I thought he was retired.
He essentially, no wrestler is ever retired.
Yeah.
They'll have a retirement match, and then they'll come back and do a one-off, and then they'll come back and do another one-off. Terry Funk's retired 143 times since 2004.
Mick Foley, you son of a bitch.
I'll beat you again and take your other ear, you motherfucker.
But yeah,
Sorry, that was
we-
loud enough. I could hear that on this and from with my. Damn, dude.
Oh, so
Sorry, I
it was
coughed.
cough and echo. Stereo
Yeah.
cough.
Yeah.
What's up, Matt Hurd? Like, do we want to see Hogan in a retirement match?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm sure there are a bunch of diehards out there that would, but the last time I saw him in the ring was almost a decade ago, and he looked
Yeah.
terrible then. And
I mean, he's. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I mean, he's had hip replacement surgery.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah. So I don't think he should be trying to do any damage to that new hip because, replaced hips aren't like made to last forever.
I mean, the guy is being held together with spit and baling wire. He needs to just stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, ugh.
Plus, to be honest, he's saggy and old, and nobody wants to see him without his ripping that shirt off. Ugh.
Yeah. See, the last time he wrestled, he had his shirt on because he was in.
Good.
He was in fucking Impact.
Yeah. He's a fucking douche canoe. He just needs to let it
Yeah.
go.
I don't know what you're talking about, brother.
Well, let me tell you something, Mean Gene.
Nick, stop, please.
No, that was me.
Yes, part of that was Josh.
That
Oh,
was me.
sorry, Josh.
That
Nick goes on
second
these
one was
rips
me.
of it, and I'm just so used to it. I'm just like, stop it.
It's like it's typical.
I don't know, man. I think you should step up and be a man, brother.
I can do macho too. My wife's asking me not to.
Yes. Thank you, honey.
All right. Oh yeah, he's definitely broke, Matt Hurd. With that lawsuit with his son, he had to pay for whatever reason, even though his son wasn't a fucking minor.
Because his son had no money.
Yeah.
Well, his son had no money, and even though his son was responsible where he is the legal guardian, if that happens, the family is on the hook for it. And that, and then his divorce cleaned him the fuck out, and then that whole TMZ lawsuit didn't do him any favors, financially.
Nope.
He won that though.
Did he?
Yeah, but
There's actually a Netflix documentary on it.
Yeah, but how much
Yeah,
lawyers take out of that whole mess?
exactly.
Man.
Oh yeah, he was bankrolled. His lawyer fees were paid by some. If I remember right, his lawyer fees were paid by some guy who had been in it, who had been outed, I think, or something by that website, and he was pissed, and he funded Hogan's lawsuit as revenge. But I'm sure he got most of the money back, himself.
Yeah.
And you know how wrestling fans are. If they're passionate about somebody, they'll start Kickstarters for them and give them the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still real to me, damn it.
I still love watching that fucking video.
Oh my god!
Still real to me, damn it!
Oh my god, I remember that. Oh god. I just want to thank you for all
Hey,
y'all have done.
Dude,
Putting your all's bodies on the line for all these years.
that
It's
dude's
still
gonna
real to
be
me, damn it!
that dude's gonna be the next Joker. Be careful.
Oh, shit. All right,
He
the next
was crying.
I promise. The next and last wrestling story, I promise.
Oh, it was Gawker.
Jay-
That's right, Matt. Sorry, I said TM.
Yeah.
It was Gawker.
Yeah.
Joker Media.
Yeah. Jay and Silent Bob were disinvited from SmackDown because they were on the premiere of AEW in the front row.
Yep. They were actually supposed to be on the SmackDown premiere, which
Yep.
was the 4th. And it was, the 9th that they were on 2 nights ago on AEW? Or was it the 2nd that they were on AEW?
I think it was the second.
Okay.
Yeah.
And because they accepted that,
second, and then the fourth for the SmackDown.
yeah, and because they accepted that, WWE said, "Oh, we don't want you here now."
Yeah.
But Vince obviously doesn't see AEW as competition. Clearly,
Yeah. Fucking dipshit. I mean, who's gonna be pissed off with fucking Jay and Silent Bob? You let them come and you let them see the show.
Yeah.
You know, and then you do a better thing than AEW does. You know, that's what you do, not just fucking, no, you can't come see our fucking wrestling now. Fuck you.
That's so stupid.
I'd be like, well, good. I didn't want to sit through an hour and a half of talking segments anyway, and 4 8-minute or 4 matches that total maybe 12 minutes in ring time.
Yeah.
So
It's fucking stupid. Uh-oh, I fucked up. Oh well. So next we're gonna get this what takes us into every week Marvel news. So basically this week Martin Scorsese, the executive producer of the Joker movie, decided to take some shots at Marvel, saying that what they do isn't cinema. And at the same time, little Miss Jennifer Aniston has a problem with Marvel movies, saying that she isn't going to do movies where it's all green screen, and that she wants to get back to the time of fucking Meg Ryan and that kind of experience in the cinema.
Dude, well, I will say, like, in regards to that, like, why, like, when they filmed the Guardians of the Galaxy, why didn't they just go 30,000 light years into space and film it? You know what I mean? Why cheap out with the green screen?
I mean, yeah, it obviously would have been a cost-saving measure and so much more realistic.
Yeah, and then, I mean, Chris Pratt, he has like, it's like a diagnosis, like he has like an oxygen dependency or something, so like he can't film those scenes in outer space. So they
Well,
got
how very dare he have an oxygen dependency?
Yeah,
Fucker.
Goddamn addicts, I tell you.
Yeah, and I think the last person where they filmed them, like blowing a building up with them in it, they died. So those things they found out it was they did a study. They said it was safer to do those things under green screen than to do them in real life.
The fact that you managed to pull that off with such a straight face is staggering.
Actually, this is like the one news story I actually have like some. I can actually say something on.
Speak on it.
I mean, I respect Martin Scorsese as a filmmaker. He is an incredible filmmaker.
No, me
but
too.
Absolutely.
But cinema at its core is meant to be entertainment for the masses.
Right.
If you make it such a narrow focus that it has to be some hoity-toity, only for the elite, it loses its very definition. Marvel movies appeal to everybody. Those are the movies all three of us will go to the theater. I will sit through any Marvel movie. They're awesome. Families enjoy them. Women, kids, men, everyone enjoys them. They are appealed to the masses. And if cinema is not meant to be, films aren't meant to be only for the elite, and if you want to make those type of movies, go for it, but don't denigrate movies that appeal to everybody, that are fun, that allow you to escape reality and go somewhere else for a couple hours just because they don't fit your definition. Like, he's being an elitist snob, and it's ridiculous.
Well, and sometimes it's like
Fucking
not
amen.
every flick needs to be some kind of crazy deep narrative. Sometimes we just want to be entertained.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Not everything has to be art house shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you want to watch art house shit, go watch something that Tommy Wiseau did. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah. And what's funny is Meg Ryan. She's being in a Marvel movie upcoming, so I guess maybe it's a little case of sour grapes.
Yeah,
And what's she complaining about anyway? I was just going to bring up the point that she's in that Netflix movie with Adam Sandler that debuted this summer that got really big ratings and numbers for Netflix, so I'm sure her payout was pretty nice.
Uh-oh, Dakota's about to piss me off. How many Scorsese?
I think Jennifer...
yeah, probably none, Dakota.
Top 10 grossing films don't a good movie make, but Scorsese has made many quality pictures that I have thoroughly enjoyed. But I think his opinion here is bullshit.
And it's not like because of his opinion I'm not going to go see The Irishman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm definitely going to watch The Irishman, and I'll probably enjoy the shit out of it.
Like, 'cause
And
like my-
I'm not going to say, well, this is not as good as Endgame because it didn't
You
make
can't
as
compare
much
'em.
movie. It's completely different genre,
you can't compare
and
them.
2 or 3 comic book movies a year aren't taking over and pushing anything else out of the way
Hey,
for you to make them put out there.
Matt Hurd said it. I mean, he said sometimes I want an art house flick, sometimes I want a giant green monster, and I agree with that. And like with what Jennifer Aniston said, like there are still movies like that being made. You know what I mean? So it's not like those movies are gone because Marvel movies are in the spotlight. But I think with Marvel movies, we do get a good blend of like, you know, like quote unquote like summer blockbuster, but like movies with heart that do tell good stories. You know,
And which is why they've stayed relevant so long.
Well, one thing
Hey,
I want to touch on. Go ahead, Kate.
Died at the last Marvel movie.
Yeah, I cry on like all of them, man. I was giving Josh a hard time, but I'm the same way.
No. I was just going to say one thing to Dakota. He said, which ones of the 10 aren't good? I didn't mean that just because they're in the top 10 and they make a lot of money, they're not good. I'm saying just because they are a draw doesn't mean they're a great movie. A basis for how much it made at the box office as a comparison to how good a movie is not a good quantifier. That's what I mean
Avatar
by
was
that.
not a great movie, but it was.
It was
No,
visually
he agrees. He
stunning.
agrees. He agrees with me there. He said, "Which ones of the top 10 aren't good?" And I said, "Avatar and Titanic." And he said, "Yeah, I don't like those either."
No, Avatar was fun to watch, but it was not a great movie.
Yeah, exactly. It was visually beautiful, fun to watch, but it's not good.
No.
Avatar Triple X was better than Avatar.
Oh my!
Hey Nick, send me a link to that.
www.youporn.com/
He said I got the hookup.
Matt Hurd said I watched Avatar the first time I saw it when it was called Dances with Wolves. There
That's
you go.
not wrong.
Or Fern Gully.
Dude, yeah.
You
It
know, and
was
that had some great
really
animation.
some Fern Gully shit.
Dude, Fern Gully's awesome, man.
I love
Yeah.
Fern Gully.
I did
That
too.
movie-
But
And
What's
then they
Fern
fucked
Gully?
it up going live action. What?
Nick, show her Fern Gully.
You will love Fern Gully. It is phenomenal.
Kate doesn't.
Nick is
really-
appalled at the list of movies I haven't seen.
Hey, Kate, you're gonna watch Fern Gully, and then like tomorrow, you're gonna be on the side of the road picking up trash.
Hey, E Prime. Yeah, Titanic was fantastic. It was the best nap I've had in a long time. It was
I know.
2.5 hours of pure bliss.
Man, I had a wonderful nap today. Shout out to that
best
fucking nap.
part of Titanic was Kate Winslet's tits. Let's all be honest.
Yeah.
And let's
Dude,
be fair.
That's why Nick's attracted to women named Kate.
That's right.
Exactly.
Hey, let's be fair. There was enough room on that goddamn board. All right.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Even Mythbusters said there was, didn't they?
Yep.
Yes,
proved
they
there
did.
was enough.
Mythbusters.
Mhm.
Yeah, Mythbusters had James Cameron. They brought him on and actually proved that there was technically enough room.
They're like, your movie's shit, pal.
Yeah, he still tried to argue with it. And was like, fuck you. dude.
Yeah,
Wow.
but they proved it was technically doable. It would have been difficult, but technically doable.
All right. So, next story, real quickie here. Rob Liefeld is threatening to sue Marvel for what he is calling their dirty business policies.
Dirty business.
Business or business?
Business, whatever, okay?
I was just trying to clarify. I wanted to make sure. I'm like, what's business? Are they dizzying in their business tactics, or?
Yeah, they're shitty business policies. He wouldn't elaborate on what he was talking about, but I mean, it's Rob Liefeld. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, Liefeld's not known for, being the smartest dude in the room. So, I mean, I will say this. He was a visionary when it came to image.
Really?
But, well, you know what they did? He was kind of the one that came up with the idea for it. You know,
Well,
that
that's
was
like
groundbreaking at the time in the comics industry. I'm not going to give him a lot of credit though. Let's be fair. The motherfucker can't draw feet, and
Yeah.
his proportions.
Extreme.
He literally couldn't draw feet. Like, that's
And let's be real, Extreme was not the strongest studio at Image.
No.
And every product he did, everything he did with fucking Extreme was a ripoff of something else.
Well, I'm not talking about the stuff that he created. I'm just talking about getting the company started.
Yeah,
And
you could say he was the spearhead of that.
Yeah, the spearhead of creator-owned content is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the shit that he put out, because let's be fair, most of it was a steaming pile of.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know. But speak on these shady business tactics. I want to know what he's talking about, because he obviously probably thought there were shady business tactics when they did that. But, you know, elaborate, because that's just, I'm going to sue you because I don't like what you did.
Yeah, I mean, like, what is it? Did he get not enough zeros on the Deadpool check? I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's got to be caking now.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not like, you know, back in the old days, his name isn't Jack Kirby or Steve Ditko.
Right.
You know?
I think he thinks it is.
Yeah.
And it's definitely not Jim fucking Lee.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like every single one of his Marvel characters that took off because of somebody else's hard work at turning around the bullshit he started.
Yeah,
Deadpool was a one-note fuck-up character.
Yeah.
It took Joe Kelly and everybody that came after him to turn that character around into something that could be marketable.
Mm-hmm. But oh well.
So fuck Rob Lightfield.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I never liked him anyway.
Dakota, you need to stop reading so much Comicsgate bullshit, because that's not true.
There was another Marvel lawsuit, though.
Yeah, there's all sorts of Marvel lawsuits, but like, if you listen to anything Ethan Van Sciver says, you're pretty much a dumbass.
Yeah.
Well, let's be fair. I'm not calling Dakota a dumbass because of anything he may have, you know, seen by that dude, but I mean, he likes living in the swamp. That's weird.
And the fact
about the mud bugs.
Bug bugs up the butt. You can do it. All right. So yeah,
love you, Dakota.
We do love you, Dakota, and I'd be willing to talk to you off air about Mark Waid and what happened. Actually, the story was behind that. Hulu has revealed the Hellstrom cast. That's all I have. I didn't actually fucking pull the article up.
I don't know what's that.
I didn't know we were gonna actually get this fucking far.
Well, I mean, they've got a pretty decent looking cast lined up. The only one I know of any significance was the dude that played Mr. Echo on Lost is going to be in it.
Yeah, Tom Austin, Sydney Lemon, Elizabeth Marvel. Is she gonna sue Marvel? Robert Wisdom, June Carroll, Ariana Guerra, and Alan Wee for the series. Oh wow! So it says Marvel's Hellstrom centers around Damon and Anna Hellstrom, the son and daughter of a mysterious and powerful serial killer. Oh wow, they're going completely off fucking track with that shit. Because
I don't know enough about Hellstrom comics.
Yeah, Hellstrom is literally the son of the devil.
Okay.
And his sister is Satana.
She's bad, dude.
Yeah, she was like 70s pin-up Marvel chick.
Hey,
Yeah.
breaking news. Blizzard responded today to this bullshit.
Really? What did they say?
Basically, TLDR. We're a bunch of bitches and have no backbone.
So did they cave?
They are totally standing by the whole he violated terms of service, and we had to take action against the player and against the two shoutcasters after they shared their views on what's happening in Hong Kong on our official broadcast channel. So basically, like every other buddy on every fucking thing today.
Yeah, everybody's afraid of China.
Oh no, everybody shares their goddamn views on everything, and it's like okay for all these other assholes to do it. Like, I don't know. Like, anybody watch the Video Game Awards?
Yeah.
But when it's a legit fucking thing going on, oh no, we don't want to touch that because we might piss off China. Fuck off, Blizzard. Yeah, if anybody wants to read it, they actually have it on under their news section. It posted today on Inside Blizzard.
So basically they doubled down on their China dick sucking.
Yeah.
Which for a media company that does business in China is pretty much expected.
Understandable from their business standpoint because they don't want to hurt their bottom line, but from a morality standpoint, I think it's shitty as hell.
Oh, but at Blizzard, one of our goals at Blizzard is to make sure that every player everywhere in the world, regardless of political views, religious beliefs, race, gender, or any other consideration, always feel safe and welcome both competing in and playing our games. We are always listening and finding ways to improve. It is part of our culture. Thank you for patience with us as we continue to learn. Fuck off, J. Ellen Brack. You can suck a dick. Fuck Blizzard.
Yeah. I'm about to cancel my WoW subscription in a minute.
We already did.
Yeah.
Hey, that's how you tell a company that you don't like their shit. Vote with your wallet.
You vote with your wallet.
Yep.
Yep. And
you don't have to tweet about it.
I uninstalled Overwatch. I uninstalled the Destiny 2. I'm fucking done.
Yeah. I mean, my kid loves playing Overwatch, so I'm not going to do that. But she doesn't pay for anything. You know, I don't let her buy loot boxes. She's never asked to. She just plays the game casually. So they don't, you know, they've already got that money, the $30 that I paid for the Overwatch when it was on sale.
Yeah, like even if you uninstall it, like
uninstalling is not hurting them. It's not.
You don't get a refund.
Yeah, it's not.
Well, you know how big of an Overwatch. Like you know how big of an Overwatch nut I am.
Oh yeah.
I've played hundreds of hours, probably over 1,000 hours in that game. I'm done. It's gone. I'm not buying any of the Overwatch figures. I'm not buying any.
The figures are manufactured by Hasbro, and they've already got their licensing agreement money for it. So you would only
shit!
Hasbro
fucking China and Hasbro, fuck them.
Yeah, dude.
You're not helping the case.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
That's the thing, man. Like,
I'm not.
That shit that Target, like Hasbro made their money.
Yeah.
You know, I think that people forget that. You know, like once you see that on the store shelves, like the manufacturer, they made their money. Like they don't sell it to us; they sell it to Target and Walmart.
Yeah, but the thing is if you buy it, it prompts them to buy to make more, which means they're getting more licensing money to Blizzard for this bullshit, and I'm over it.
I hear you, brother.
Yeah,
I don't do the boycott thing very often, but this was some serious shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they did take the dude's $10,000 in prize money and preventing him from competing in anything for a year. And where he's under contract, it's not like he can go out and work for somebody else or get picked up somewhere else. So it is fucking that dude. All because of some shit that they say violates policy when the other side of the coin said, "Oh, well, that's not against our policy." So yeah, this is Blizzard being assholes.
Yeah. If I could see if Tencent was stepping in and putting some pressure down, but they're flat out saying no. And now Blizzard themselves, the president of Blizzard Entertainment, is flat out taking full ownership of this shit. Nope. No more of my money, assholes.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Yeah, I was going to say. On to some more bullshit. Marvel, Disney, Hulu, and Disney Plus are all being sued over the X-Men animated series theme.
What?
There is a Hungarian show where Hungarian guy wrote a theme that has a similar chord to the X-Men animated theme.
Is he an in-shell?
I don't know. He's not in my group.
You would know.
Yeah, that's right. And the reason why this lawsuit is going to fail is because of its premise. He said that the only reason that the X-Men animated series was successful is because of the theme.
Yeah, I'll tell you,
Did he ever
as
watch
a
it?
5-year-old kid, man, I definitely tuned out after that theme song.
Yeah.
I was like, all these dudes fighting with superpowers.
I mean, all I can remember really is.
I'm sorry, man. I was an X-Men. I was all over that X-Men animated series,
me
and I
too.
remember it all,
I
baby.
fucking
I
loved it, man.
Loved it.
I mean,
that was a
they
crucial
did
part.
adaptations of comic storylines better than any of the fucking movies ever did. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Dude, I think that's like the best comprehensive like X-Men fiction that there is at this point.
yeah.
You know,
Because like the past 30 years of X-Men like has been so hit or miss.
it's been a mess, dude.
Although the current shit is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, I just finished that today, and I will say-
Okay, so you were able to get powers after
Yep.
school?
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
wow.
I read it in class today.
Oh, sweet.
Did
Like
you
when
read
I
it to
get
the
to, like-
class?
No, it would have went right over their stupid little heads. No, I'm just joking. Hey, this is Jonathan Hickman we're talking about, man. This isn't
I would love it if one of your students stumbled across
This ain't
show.
Charlotte's Web.
Yeah. No, I finished it today, and I am very happy with even as a standalone series, you know, with the 2 books. If that's all I got, I'd be cool with it, you know. So basically, what I'm saying is, where it goes from here, I don't care. This is my favorite interpretation of the X-Men.
It's
High
pretty
praise,
incredible.
high praise indeed. But yeah, I mean, this guy's gonna fail, you know, just because of the premise of his lawsuit. If he had went after him as just like a copyright claim, you know, claiming, you know, that this was derivative of his work, and that was the only claim he made, he might be able to make something. But to claim, he's trying to claim success for the entire success of the X-Men animated series.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, good luck, buddy. Next story.
He'll be about as successful as those 2 parents in Canada suing Epic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, the next story is Marvel is selling their Stan Lee tribute book a firing offense. Now, how this came about is Marvel did a tribute show to Stan Lee for their staff and some members of the media. And during that show, they handed out tribute Stan Lee comics. And so all of a sudden they started seeing them pop up on eBay. And the thing is Marvel is able to track each one of these because each one has different artwork.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it was like they made something unique for everyone that came there. And so
It's a gift almost.
yeah. And these fuckers are putting them up on eBay.
What a bunch of assholes that. I mean, come on.
And it's like I'm all of the opinion, like, hey man, like if you got something, you know, sell it, whatever. But it's like that. I don't know. There is a line with that somewhere, and I think that if you get that and you're selling it, that you're crossing that line. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's done as a tribute. If you don't want it personally to keep in your family, then just decline taking it from the company and stop trying to profit off of Stan's name and the company's work in Stan's name.
Yeah,
you know, just
like either decline it or pass it on. I mean, it's literally like if someone's like, "Hey, I really want this," just give it to them. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna skip the Charlie Hunnam story if you guys are cool with that.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what it was, but okay.
Was that the Green Arrow?
Fan art, don't worry about it.
Yeah, the fan art.
I mean,
But this next one we definitely have to hit.
Yeah.
okay.
All right, guys. The next and last news story is Sony may possibly be selling the Masters of the Universe movie rights.
Good, dude.
What are they asking
It's
for it?
crazy. Probably $8 billion.
And I figure it might be worth like a year subscription to Sports Illustrated and a Hershey bar.
It's worth about 600 grand or $4 in GameStop trading credit.
I don't know. They're farther along than they have been at any other point in the past.
Yeah, they actually announced one casting choice for Prince Adam, but I mean, it's been pushed back. It's pushed back. It's been in development for 12 years.
That's
There is
but now
word that they
Netflix
want to
is
sell
involved
it.
too.
Yeah, there's word they want to sell it to Netflix, but at this point, would
Yeah.
Netflix be willing to? And the answer may be yes. But would they be willing to take over such a troubled project at this point? That's obviously going to be a huge money sink. Would it be worth the return on investment for them? It's hard
They have to
say.
look at. There's a strong following to
Oh, absolutely.
Masters of the Universe, so they're getting a strong brand if they do it, and if anybody can do it right, it'd be Netflix. But
I'm not going to disagree with you. And here's the thing. Netflix is more of a distributor. Yes, they have original content, but it's more of a licensing thing saying, hey, you want to create a show, we'll be the platform for the distribution. They're just like the movie studio. They're not the ones actually making it. But I would imagine that it would be in good hands if, their input is usually pretty good on things. And if this new Masters of the Universe cartoon is a big hit that Kevin Smith's doing with the animation done by the studio that did Castlevania, then, yeah, I could see them taking a chance on it. I want a good live-action Masters of the Universe movie. I do. I just don't know if there can be a successful one right now at this point.
I think there can. What I find interesting about this is the stories about Sony wanting to sell their entertainment division.
And Apple is actually the big speculation for the one to purchase it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if they sell because that was the word, was that they were going to try and sell it off before they made that deal with Disney.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
So
if they sell it off, the reverts to Spider-Man revert by default back to MCU.
right.
But who knows? Who knows what they're wanting to do? It's
Matt,
going to be an interesting development.
Matt makes a comment in the chat too about it may be worth something if the animated stuff with Kevin Smith is a hit, and he's right. If
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
If he might be on a delay, but that's what I was saying. If the new
Yeah.
show is a success, they might be willing to take that gamble. So I'm hoping that it is a huge success, and I'm hoping that they do take the gamble, and I hope it is good. I just don't know.
I hope Sony taps Kevin Smith on this shit too, because if anybody has a good grasp on how to do these old properties, it's him. Because he is a nerd like us. He lived and breathed this shit. Still does.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the kind of person. And he's got hella director chops.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of guy they need to be doing this shit.
Yeah, overlook yoga hosers, and I agree.
Yeah, that was just him having fun, I think, at that point.
Well, that and Tusk.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Tusk was
That's
interesting. It was disturbing as hell, but it was
Yeah,
interesting.
Tusk was a rough watch.
I kind of
Red
like
State
yoga
was-
hosers on
Red
a...
State
I
was
did
good.
too.
Red State was phenomenal.
Red State was really good.
But yeah,
I mean-
really in the right creative hands, anything can be great.
Yeah.
It's just, are you going to pay the people who, with the proper know-how, are you going to have the knowledge to recognize that these people are the ones with the proper know-how to make something great? And that's where a lot of studios fail a lot of times. They
Or
think,
they pay-
well, you know, these people have done this successfully, so I'm sure they can do anything successfully. That's not always the case.
No, I mean that's like, or they pay for the name because then they can attach a big name to the property, Michael Bay, and then the property turns to shit.
You know, I will say this in defense of Michael Bay. His franchise stuff is shit, but his standalone stuff, it's not associated with anything, is usually pretty fun.
He's done some good shit. I don't even hate the original, like when he did the reboot of the Turtles. I didn't even hate that. I mean,
Well, he
it
was a
pretty
producer.
decent.
He wasn't the director, and I
Yeah.
liked the first one.
Okay.
I liked
Yeah, I
the first
didn't hate
live
that. I
action
didn't
Turtles
hate that
movie,
either, man. I was surprised.
but I hated the second one with Casey Jones and Bebop and Rocksteady. It was
Yeah,
terrible.
that was bad. Man,
Wasn't Seamus one of the
Yeah.
fucking?
Yeah,
he
Seamus
was,
and Seamus
Oh,
was
was-
Rocksteady. Yeah, and
Oh
then
my god.
the dude, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but did you ever watch Malcolm in the Middle?
mhm.
Yeah.
You remember Stevie
Yeah.
Carnarvon, Malcolm's friend in the wheelchair?
Yeah.
That was him.
His dad played Bebop.
Oh my god.
Oh,
So, yeah.
Oh my
dude.
god.
So something you said a minute ago, Josh. You talked about like how they'll like attach somebody to a project just because they've been successful in something else.
yeah.
And I think that we talked last week and then this week too with Martin Scorsese's like they'll be like they were successful in this comic book or cartoon franchise, so like we'll attach them to this,
Mm-hmm.
which like speaks to their ignorance about it in that they're all the same. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
they equate anything comic book to
Well,
anything.
it's like they think if they throw a bunch of money at a big name director, they're gonna get that. They're gonna get that clout and that quality. But in reality, you got guys like I love Kevin Smith to death. Like I support everything he does. He is fantastic. He does not command a high price tag. He is not that director.
No.
But that's why they need a guy like that, because that guy is still in touch
He
with
knows
us.
about it. He knows about it, man.
Right. They need a director like him to do this shit or it will fail.
I'm not so sure they need him as a director as much as they do need him as a producer.
Yeah, like
they,
a
they
story
need somebody like
consultant.
him.
Story
They need
consultant,
somebody-
producer, writer, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They need somebody like him directing this, though. Somebody who has that connection to these classic franchises and,
Well,
and
that-
somebody who still lives the nerd life.
Well, see, that
You
was
don't-
one of the reasons why he was so hesitant to ever direct anything, because for the longest time they wanted him to direct, what was it, Green Arrow? Like a
Yeah.
live-action movie version.
Yeah.
Because, he had written the comic and his run on the Green Arrow comics was amazing. But he was like, I'm afraid that I would fuck it up. But then he finally agreed to direct some episodes of The Flash, and his Flash episodes that he directed were really good.
Yeah.
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 Alright.
Yeah, like Matt says, he doesn't make blockbusters, so the studios keep away, and that's their biggest fucking problem.
Yeah, they don't understand.
Untapped potential.
Yeah. All right, we're after 11. I think we can go ahead and head home.
I'm already home.
there.
You know what the fuck I meant. Stop fucking being so fucking whatever. Whatever. Just
I can
insert a
tell
fucking word.
Stereo.
How many
So don't
thoughts
make
comes out of
dad
his mouth?
jokes.
What?
So don't make dad jokes.
Please don't. I hate those.
Wow, they're
Oh.
awesome.
I'm about to fall over.
They're awesome.
All right. Well, guys,
See, I bring out the bad jokes.
I don't tell bad jokes. I just don't have jokes that are good for my kids' ears.
Yeah, but you don't like the ones I tell.
No, she's a pun. Kate loves puns and
Yes.
just really bad jokes like that, and I can't get behind that shit. All right, guys. I'm about to fall over, so I think we can call this one a wrap. I hope you guys enjoyed the show.
Thanks for coming on, Kate.
Yes,
no
thank
problem. It was fun. I enjoyed this.
Yeah.
This
Thank
was a
you,
riot.
honey. You were a lot of
very
fun,
fun.
honey. Thank you.
Very fun.
You're welcome. I had a lot
Fit
of
right
fun.
in, and you weigh down on topics. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me.
I would love to. You know what I would love to see? I would love to see more women on a podcast.
Ladies of the Rock podcast. Let's get it done. Anna, get a hold of Kate.
I mean, I think it would be really cool to see you ladies and see what you could come up with. I'm just
Even if
saying.
it wasn't like a weekly thing, I mean, like it could be something that's like when
Man, just when you feel like it.
Yeah. You know what I think? Let's keep Kate, dude. Let's get rid of Russ, man.
All right, cool.
Well, I mean, Russ is inside a bear now, so we'll probably never see him again. I'm gonna miss him.
Oh, Russ,
I do, Russ.
you heard me first, man.
I'll have to tell Tiff she needs to jump in
Oh,
the
what's
Us
fucking-
Morons chat group.
Fuck you, Dakota. He says, Kate, when I come to Florida, we'll grab lunch or
Oh my
something.
God, dude.
Oh God. Oh Jesus.
He's riding
All right.
right now.
I'm good.
I'm about to end this shit. I'm about to end this shit before I get more shit like that in the chat.
All right. Well, we'll
All right.
post the hangout.
Thank you,
link.
guys. Hey, thank you, guys. Yeah, we'll get the hangout out to you guys. I won't because I got to take a piss. But
I'll get one going.
yeah, you do that, brother. Information will be in the raw wherever Sam puts it. Thank you guys for coming out every week and supporting us. We really do appreciate it.
For sure. And we'll see you at TFCon, baby.
Yeah, I think next. I think
Ridiculous, dude.
I think we're all agreed. Next week can be our TFCon prep
Oh my
show.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I'm freaking
We'll
out.
be talking about
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
All right, guys. As I say every week, peace, love, and hair grease. We're out.
See ya.
Bye.